Nigerians, many of them, they want the attention of the United States. The President of the United States, POTUS, look, in this X post, they even tagged President of the United States, POTUS. These people aren't asking China, Xi Jinping, in the requests I'm seeing where they're begging, holding up signs. They're not asking Xi Jinping to do something to save them. They're asking the United States and President Donald Trump. And they can be rest assured, in my belief, that the United States is absolutely working on entering deeply into the land of what we know as Nigeria. That's my belief, right? So, I don't know. They say be careful what you ask for in life in general, but, who am I to think that these people, these Nigerians, are wrong? Let's get into it. What's up, ladies and gents? Thanks for stopping by. Let's acknowledge that Nigeria has a lot of resources, right? That is great. I don't think anyone's going to argue with that fact, right? Social nurse here. My cousin sent me this, and he's been taking up some of his time to really look at some of these racially black people abroad, right? And I've been centering them as well. They ask to be centered. Many of these racially black people here in America that are not ethnic Black American, historically known as the African American, right? And when he sent me this, I said, it cannot be real. So it is absolutely true that Nigerians are continuing to ask the United States and Donald Trump for help instead of pleading to their own government for change. It's nuts. Well, we may never understand their mindset, because when you encounter them here in America, or maybe view what they are talking about online, for some reason, they like to tell us what their tribes are, that they have a language and culture, and that we don't have one. When they've got several of their relatives or people that they know that they have common culture with, that will be able to understand this man holding up this sign. There's also a video of, actual him moving around and asking and begging for help. So this is something we're not going to understand. A lot of them, many of them, don't want us to acknowledge our Americanness, even though America historically has been a bad step parent to us, right? But those that get here want to be American, right? They don't want to go back over there. It's an interesting thing. And I think the ones that make it out of this place, meaning Nigerians that make it out of there, many of them that we see online with this nonsensical conversation about a totally different group, ethnic Black Americans, a group that they don't like, that they say don't have culture. It is a horrible coping mechanism that's being uncovered, right? They do a lot of gaslighting. No, no, no. You're just jealous. No, you've been watched. And instead of trying to convince a group that you don't believe is culturally equal to you, why don't you target your own people and the ones that are back there in Nigeria that you have a common tribal language with? Speak with them. Have community with them. Center them. It is what it is. It is a messy situation that these people, many of them, I've seen other videos, are asking America, the United States, to come on over and help them. They really need to be convincing their government to be a better government. Social nurse.